What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Donkeyboy, and I'd like to give a shout out to Henry, who reached out and indicated to me, and I'm sorry I didn't realize, he's Jack over on Patreon. So, yes, ultimately, I am very thankful you have been following the AHA and related deep dives for a long time. You've supported me on Patreon for a long time, and I am very grateful that you've provided the Donkeyboy material. So yes, big shout out to Henry, and we're continuing through Caught in a Life 2009, and the next track is Broke My Eyes. So eyes, as we speak of them in common expressions in English, you don't refer to them as being broken. You might refer to them as being injured or punctured, or you might lose an eye. And of course, all of this could be figurative, not necessarily about an actual ocular injury, but more about something that you don't want to see or something that hurt to see. So that's where I would be inclined to interpret the phrase. Nevertheless, again, there's a bit of odd phrasing at play, which I suppose is intentional, though I guess could relate to them being a Norwegian band singing in English. But again, what I've heard from the lyrics so far suggests that this isn't a matter of not being able to find a phrase that is semantically common in English, but more about finding a phrase that fits the nuance of whatever lyrical themes to be at play. So yes, again, if I had to guess, I would think maybe this is something that hurt to see, something that was unpleasant visually, and maybe also that being a phrase that functions on multiple levels, but less about an actual eye injury. I guess we'll see, or I'll try to pick up what I can. This is Donkeyboy. The tune is Broke My Eyes, and it's from the 2009 album Caught in a Life. tune. I've liked this album so far. I was going to say this whole album so far. What is that? The fourth song on it. Ultimately, I've heard very little of their material. I've liked all of what I've heard. That was probably my favorite. Just a remarkably beautiful tune sonically and vocally. And the composition, the sequencing of the track, incredible. And it's another one of those tunes where there's some transitional moments between the measures where it's almost intuitive. You just get a sense that there's going to be this hanging bar right before it transitions, and boom, it rolls back in with all its melodic beauty. The vocals, very impressive, some long extensions, and just a great sound. And again, I think I've said this before, but they remind me a bit of Keen's. Something about their songwriting melodically reminds me of Keen's music, which is a very, very good thing. I've come to love that band too. So yeah, just a really remarkable track in terms of the music and the vocals. Lyrically, I think what's happening here is that, again, he has seen something or things that have broken his eyes, that he wished he wouldn't have seen, that have hurt him. It sounds also like maybe he's talking about himself and another person, like they're at a point where they have to be honest about what they've seen. They can't go back. They can't change the way reality is. Maybe it's like to another person, meaning anyone, or maybe he's speaking about and to himself. But yeah, it seems to be this idea that like they can't mask things anymore. They can't hide from reality, and now that they've seen the truth, they have to deal with it and process it and not, again, pretend that it's not happening. So maybe I'm misreading that. Maybe the lines were like they need to go hide, or they need to try to see something that is more palatable. But yeah, I think it's the opposite of that. I think it's the idea of not being able to pretend it's not there anymore because their eyes have been broken by what they've witnessed. Either way, a really remarkable tune. Absolutely loved it. Thank you again to Henry. Looking forward to more from this band, and hopefully, I forget exactly what Henry and I talked about in email, but hopefully when we get to this album, there will be more to go through, because I am on board with Donkeyboy, which is not a sentence I ever thought I would say in life, but here we are. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.